Hi, and welcome to this week's episode of Matador Express. I'm your host, Everett.
And I'm Gaytan.
It's a big weekend for conference play this weekend here at Tech, with it all the way from the tennis court to the baseball field.
And last weekend, the Lady Raiders kicked off conference play by upsetting the number 11 Oklahoma State team and beating Oklahoma. This weekend, the men's will start their way through the Big 12 conference with games against TCU and Texas on the road. Everett, I know you had a chance to talk to Coach Siegel earlier this week. What did he have to say about this team's chances in conference?
Yeah, he was talking about how tough the Big 12 conference is this year. They've got, I think Tech right now is the only team ranked outside of the top 10. OU's at number 1 in the nation. They're the best team in college tennis right now, he said. And Texas and TCU, the two teams they're taking on this weekend, are at number 9 and 10 respectively. So, it's going to be a tough weekend for them playing on the road against those really good teams. And Coach Siegel, they're actually playing Thursday night for that TCU game. Coach said he expects a really rough crowd out there. It's going to be really loud, which is something you don't always see at a tennis match. But he was confident that they could get at least one this weekend. He wasn't sure about be able to sweep the weekend and win both games on the road. But he thought if they could get a win on the road in Austin this weekend, it'd be a really successful weekend for them and a really successful start to conference.
And Tech softball hit the road, going to Waco to face the Baylor Bears.
Yeah, that matchup's really exciting for kind of a smaller reason you don't see as often as the Strickland sisters. We've got Kaylee Strickland, who plays outfield and is a freshman here at Texas Tech, and her sister, who's a senior at Baylor. So they get a little sibling rivalry going on. Diego, what did Kaylee have to say about that family matchup that they're going to have going on this weekend?
Well, it's a unique situation since it's the only time in their collegiate career they'll face each other.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really competitive to the point where Kaylee said, hey, if we have to beat Baylor and sweep them and that means it costs them their chance to go to the World Series, we'll have to do it. So it's just, it's bragging rights for them.
Yeah, both those teams are going to leave Lubbock this weekend, but the Red Raider baseball team is going to stay here at home for one of its biggest series of the year. Tech's going to be taking on the number 2 team in the nation, which is TCU right now, in a 3-game series starting tonight, Thursday, and going on Friday and Saturday. The Horned Frogs are the highest-ranked team Tech's going to face at home since Missouri came here in 2010 when they were also ranked number 2. Tech ended up in that series being able to take 2 of 3. They had some intense performances. Bobby Duran had a 16 strikeout game against the Tigers in that series. So they had some impressive performances last time they had a team ranked so high.
Well, Tech struggled during the midweek game against New Mexico State. They lost by 1 run again. Mm-hmm. What do you think so far for the Red Raiders coming up against TCU?
Yeah, it's going to be tough. TCU doesn't give up a lot of runs. They've got the lowest earned run average as an entire staff in the entire nation. I think they've got an earned run average below 2 runs as a staff. So it's going to be rough. But like I said, Tech's been scoring runs even in that midweek game against New Mexico State. They scored 5 runs, had some home runs. They've had a dramatic increase in home runs this year with the new baseball. So I think it's all going to come down to defense, really. They've had some problems making errors and struggling in the field with Corey Rayleigh at second base has had some problems handling balls, and just some of those younger guys, those new guys on the team that have gotten in. So I think if they can stop those errors and kind of just keep that hitting going the same way they've had, their pitching has been strong too. So really it's just the defense. If they step that up, I think they can at least take 2 of 3. I don't know if they'll be able to sweep the Horned Frogs since they're such a good team with such a strong pitching staff, but I think they'll still be able to take 2 out of 3 from the Horned Frogs.
Game 2 and 3 of the series will both be in the afternoon at 2 p.m.
Yeah, that wraps up this week's episode of Matador Express. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.